you get emotional already. Sorry, taking the emotion out of you. Probably Andrew Yates is one of the biggest that I've ever had. It just set me on the path. That really, I looked up to him in the early days because he's a legend. And then just, sort of kept playing.
So, have you got a favourite on-field memory?
Only one? I'll start with the team first because definitely the 06-07 premiership that we won in the first was probably the on-field definitely. That just playing that and then proceeding premierships the one played with Pete, lucky enough as well, although the first one we played with Pete as well. The E grade one was quite a good one, where funnily enough we played the team today, Kingsborough Park again.
Which is ground at the page,
It's not. No, but it was lucky for me. I did get a couple of runs against them. Yeah.
What about off-field?
I've not got these questions before you even ask them. I don't know.
Times on the committee, functions, president.
Well, I don't know if it was a good thing, but it's probably a great thing in the end. I happened to be the president of, in my first year when I was president, when the merger talks were discussed with Kingston Heath, which I think was around the 02-03, I'm not right, I'm not the 03-04, 02-03. And I was president that year, and then the whole club went into merger talks again, as they obviously did back in 81, 82. And the vote was within 1 or 2 votes of actually staying as the Page Park. And it was only 40-odd people voting, so I think it was about 21 or 23. Votes to stay as the Page Park, and in the end, I mean, what a godsend. Because Kingston Heath were talking names and they were talking everything. They thought it was a good idea, as they did, because they actually had juniors then and we were just struggling a little bit. But sometimes when you get your back against the wall, you dig in and you turn it into a club like we are today with heaps of juniors and 16-year teams. And yeah, that was probably a good time.
Now in 2003-2004 you were named the CMCA's best captain, but known locally as Captain Grump.
That's only to certain people. You were a competitor, cocky Taranto. That's about the only people that I was Captain Grumpy to. Nobody else would know me as Captain Grumpy.
You were incredibly competitive.
Probably a bit too competitive at the time. But it sets you up. My 5 years as captain was great. Really enjoyed the whole lot of it. But, sort of sets you, and you do mellow the older you get. Yeah.
And what about the legacy of being part of your years at the Page Park? Continuing.
Which is, I'm lucky enough to have a couple of boys, or three boys, and then the wife even decided to play this year. And her comment to me was, I'm an O'Meara, so I must be able to keep it. So she ended up keeping me in the ladies team. No, it's fantastic. I mean, Dad was lucky enough to be the captain of the first team in 83, 84. And then Tim and I have just continued on. Lucky to have 3 boys and no girls. But with the girls team, it's great now. So, yeah, it's been fantastic. I mean, it's great to watch kids play, and that's why I'm actually still playing. I'm lucky enough to play with Cooper now in the lower grades. And that's why we keep playing. The body doesn't hold up as well as it does, but it's the enjoyment you get out of seeing these kids that I've coached. And you see them play as well, and you give them the little tips on the field.
Well, we'll finish up with I'll leave the floor to you. Is there anyone you want to thank or anything else you want to say?
Just thank the club. That's about it. I mean, you don't come in here to sort of
expect anything, and you just give all your best when you're either president or you're on the committee, and it's sometimes a thankless job. Even the chairman's sleep is sometimes thankless, like this morning. But you just love the club, and to be lucky enough to be in this team for 40 years, it's just I'm very happy. Very.
There's also, if you're up for it, there's 40-year stubby holders. Jen, I think she's got those organised, or a cap if you want to get a cap as well. They're not 40-year caps, but there's caps. Jen's going to write 40 years on them. All right, we're going to move on to number 2. Just by the way, the criteria for this is that 50 first 11 games. This team has also been selected basically as if they were going to play a match. So it's not just the 11 or 12 who have the best statistics. This is actually in batting order or reverse bowling order, whichever way you prefer to name it. So at number 2, I'm just worried this thing's really slow, and if I press it again, I think it'll come up. So well, I won't. So this person, number 2, debuted 1st of November 2008. First 11 cap 132, 167 matches, 3,872 runs. 1950s, 400s, highest score of 166, batting average of 28.68, 10 finals, 3 premierships, 99 wickets at 21.34, and a best bowling of 7 for 35. Has won the batting aggregate twice. And just to reiterate, won the batting aggregate twice if you work up to the top. Seeker Team of the Year twice, Club Champion twice, First 11 Fielding twice, Batting Average Award 4 times, the Bowling Average Award in 2013-14, and has captained the First 11 twice. Has been the Team of the Year 8 times, had won the John Green Award in 2008 and 2009, and has also been Vice President twice. Lots of 2s in there. Number 2 is Peter Venterplay.
So we won't worry about how you came to be at the page one. But perhaps we can look more into some of your memories growing up being at the page.
Take a deep breath, because I have no idea. I was at a meeting during the week where he said he sent all the questions to everyone. So when I didn't get any questions, obviously didn't even think. But yeah, when he said I'm a 132, you go, oh shit. Memories. Everything. It's been everything for a really, really long time. Like obviously a lot probably remember me as a little kid on my ball, just annoying the shit out of a lot of people. But yeah, it's been everything for a long time. It's been a lot of Saturdays, a lot of Tuesday, Thursdays down the joint, and yeah, wouldn't change it for the world. And to be able to play with, like, obviously having Paul come through, for example, as number 1, he's someone that you look at when I was younger, and then now all of a sudden I'm playing with Jacko, Lockie. Jacko's telling me what to do now, where I'm moving the field around, and I'm like, hang on a minute. So yeah, it moves pretty quick, but it's just the one thing I'd say is that yeah, it's a bloody long time, so and I've enjoyed every second.
So what about some of your favourite on-field memories? Some of them are probably fairly obvious.
Definitely premierships, without a shadow of a doubt. Those, the Woolno to get us back into Longmuir, and then yeah, the Longmuir, and then the last couple of years, definitely the highlights. Hundreds, of course, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, they're the reasons that you train, you play, you put it all in because you want to get that reward. And just the wins, like yeah, every single win, even today, no matter what it is, just to get that win. That's why you do it. you play sport to have fun, but at the end of the day, you want to win. You want to win with your mates. So to do that is the highlight.
So 400s and 1950s, is there one that stands out as a favourite?
Probably the Brighton Union one, I reckon, which was, I think it was the last ball up. I think Timmy got a video. That was probably the highlight, because I haven't hit many sixes, but to bring it up to 6, that was probably the one.
Now you're stuck on 99 first 11 wickets. We're going to be able to get that sorted out at some point. Find a wicket keeper.
The captain won't bomb me. I didn't know that, so maybe I might open the bowling tomorrow. We'll see.
Now, obviously as a lifelong LePage person, having come through the junior ranks, what does this honour mean to you?
A hell of a lot. I was actually thinking about it throughout the week of who the 11 would be, just throwing a few names around, and yeah, there's a lot of names. There's Yates, O'Meara, McConkeys. There's a lot that run through my head, and I didn't even think that I would have been one of them. But yeah, to me, it's more to be up there in the 40 years is really, really special, and to see what we're building now going forward, I think it's pretty stable, and yes, things can change really, really quick. But yeah, to see the stability and where we're at the moment is really exciting, and yeah, that's probably what it means to me.
Yeah, no doubt Brad and Katie would be incredibly proud, but so I'll leave it up to you. Is there anything you want to add or anything you need to say? Go for it.
I know they would be very, very proud. Dad would probably be more spewing than I'm stuck on 99 rather than anything else. But yeah, obviously everyone knows where everything is. So, they would be proud, and this club means obviously a hell of a lot to me, but a hell of a lot to Mum and Dad. And it's been a safe place for a really, really long time. And yeah, they would be proud and mine. So yeah, thank you.
Well done.
Just as you make your way back, now if you're a left-hander, we don't say that we don't kick any sixes out loud. Keep that to yourself from now on. Don't tell anybody. Right, into number 3.
Another few weeks and I won't be here to talk. That was when I last there.
So this guy's played 230 first 11 matches. First 11 cap number 99, 7,379 runs, 900s, 42 50s, a higher score of 175 not out. I was there that day, it was pretty handy. Batting average of 34.48, 198 wickets. So he bats okay, and then to grabs the ball as well. 198 wickets at 23.97, 6 for 32 was his best bowling, 14 finals, 4 premierships. He's been, the parts in yellow are records for the club. So he's been club champion 9 times. He's won the batting average award 7 times, batting aggregate award 6 times, the bowling average award 3 times. He's been first 11 captain 11 times, taken 5 wickets in an innings 10 times. Seeker best captain twice, and Seeker team of the year 3 times, and grand final MVP twice as well. Coming in at number 3, Steve McConkey, captain.
Now, Steve, Fred, your earliest memories at the club are going to be probably earlier than most. So you were destined to be on a Page Park Cricket Club legend. So what can you remember of your very early years at our fellow groomers?
My early memories as a kid were probably very different to the young boys around. Slept under their chairs as a young fella, we brought the mattresses down. A few of the older boys would remember that, but I think Pete touched on the word a safe place. I literally did grow up at the club. Yeah, a lot of people in the room here have known me since I was the annoying little 3-year-old, messing around, asking to throw balls in the nets. It was actually a while ago, so I just remember playing in the nets, just literally walking around playing cricket was probably play juniors.
Now, you would have had plenty of coaches over the journey. Any that have really left a mark on your cricketing career?
A couple of people in particular that have had a massive impact on me. One was Paul O'Meara, Captain Grumpy. Good to nickname him that, but he also touched on a thing about being competitive. That's one thing I certainly got from him. And yeah, we want to go out and play with mates. We also want to win. It was good for me as a young guy in the first, as probably the only young fellow at the time, to learn off a lot of the older guys. And Paul was probably my biggest influence from a senior perspective, and obviously from a young guy, my dad. Don't know how many balls he would have thrown me over the years or as a kid, but yeah, a massive influence to me, and never put any pressure on me to do certain things or be anything. Just wanted me to enjoy cricket and enjoy the club. It's fair to say both of us have done that over the years, on and off the field. But I think that's really important because, yeah, community sport, you've got to go to places where you really want to be, and yeah, I still have the same love for the club as I did 37 years ago.
And where does leading the club to that elusive Longmuir flag sit?
Sporting sense, like number one. Clearly, the first Woolno flag, the very first flag we won in the ones, yeah, there's like not much difference, just because, I don't know, I think outside of our club, people always look to the Page as like a little club. There's no suburb called the Page, so some people didn't know us. So I feel like that Woolno flag was really important for us to get a bit of a name, and then that Longmuir one. We're actually a really good team that year, and I really think we deserve to win, but I also think that sort of has catapulted the next era of the club. And sort of, we've just got, I know when people speak off the Page, there's a lot of respect around the competition. And I feel like we have that off field. We always have that off field, but I feel like that particular game gave it to us on field from a club perspective. And I know people do have a lot of respect for us, but I feel like that was the missing link. So yeah, immensely proud. Sort of can be hard on myself at times, and I did really want to make sure that I left that. Yeah, as a captain, and obviously been there since I was a kid, yeah, that was probably my biggest driver in cricket, in that flag.
He made 9 first 1100s. Finally broke that hoodoo of a Longy 100 last season, and was breaking and smashed it. How good was that to get that monkey off your back?
Monkey wasn't, personally, didn't really bother me. I felt like that I put together a pretty good career and made a lot of runs that didn't really concern me. It was a bit of relief. I remember, mate, the ball I made 100, went to play a pool, kept low. So after it bounced, there was a bit of an oh shit moment. It was going to hit on the pad and I'm out. But yeah, I just wanted to cash in that day and make it worthwhile, and good partnership with Oshie and young Tom Carroll as well. So it was good fun. And they were a good team, so I was kind of happy to win against the attack as well.
You come from a family of great sporting achievements. We've often joked that that's the generation.
And we still do.
Yeah. And you're very nearly decided to leave us at one stage to go to South Caulfield. What made you change your mind and turn your back around?
A few phone calls.
Words of wisdom from Hammers.
Oh, words of wisdom are pretty stern words from Hammers. Yeah, I won't repeat it, but you can all imagine. Yeah, at the time, a lot of my best mates played there as well. So it was a really good challenge, but 100% glad I did not do that. Yeah, 100% the right decision to stay.
Yes, pretty happy to see. Anything else you want to add? Go for it.
I'd love to thank, firstly, everyone for coming tonight. It's a huge thing for the club, but also across the generations. Yeah, it's been a really good place for my family. Obviously, Dad. So, I'd like to thank him. Also, my mum. My mum threw a lot of balls in in the hallway back at our house growing up, and now more recent times. Libby puts up with my, I wouldn't say moods, but I'm certainly happier when we win, that's for sure. But when we actually met, I went through about 4 years of being injured constantly, so everyone's telling me to retire, and I'm like, no way. But she had to put up with hard yards of a few hospital visits and stuff like that, so massive thank you to her. But everyone who's been part of the club, like there's a lot of families that make us, people that make the page, and yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone that's been part of the club, because we actually do have a great history, and 40 years is great. But, and now my daughter Lenny did her first Blaster session last night with the page, so it's kind of like a new era coming through, which is also really special. So we do say it's a family club, and it's exactly what it is.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Steve. Well done. Steve just mentioned family club, and I think the first 3 players named are sons of club stalwarts, so I think that says enough. We're going to take a short break, about 15 minutes. You'll know when we're back on, because I'll be up here speaking again. All right, we'll see you shortly.
They went through this door, so